There we go. Just like untangling what these things are? These cords. Sometimes you have to untangle marriage.
So much entanglement.
Yep.
And
Huh?
sometimes you may have to amplify your voice to be heard
Amen.
without yelling.
How do you
You
do that?
just take it up a notch. Just you enhance it.
All right.
You clearly verbalize and communicate.
Very good.
Thank you so much for joining His Wife, Her Husband, where we talk all things faith, family, finances, fitness, and fun.
Fitness fun in here.
I am. I am SHEMIKA, his wife.
I am Patrick, her husband. If you are
Yes,
new
he
to the channel,
is. Yes, he is.
yes, I is. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. If you find any value in anything we say, we'd like you to mash that thumbs up button, as well as share the video with other people's
That'll work.
with other people you know may need to hear what this channel has to offer, as well as we'd like for you to comment in the comment section, and please be respectful to others who are commenting as well. If you have any questions you want us to answer on this channel, please send those questions to his wife, her husband 97 at gmail.com. His wife, her husband 97 at gmail.com.
Like a little Bobby head.
Sure.
I love it.
We have celebrated 25 years of marriage. We celebrated 25 years June the 17th. And we're going to talk to you in this video about what we've learned over the 25 years of being married to one another. And I'm going to let her, and very good, and learning. And I'm going to let my wife start us off.
Wow. So he put me on the spotlight. Well, first I want to say that 25 years is, so the symbolism of 25 years is silver. So that being said, the process of silver goes through a series of fire and testing and removing and being proven true. So we don't want to neglect that aspect of the 25 years. And so anyone who has made it to this point in their marriage relationship, we know that communicating and adjusting had to be experienced and embraced.
Right.
So one of the key points that we want to say that we have learned throughout the years and will continue to learn is the art of communicating.
Correct.
Communicating don't just involve or include saying words. It also involves active listening. Listening to what is being said and what is not being said.
I don't know if you're about to say it, but with the intent to understand what's being said. So that's active listening, so to speak. Yeah.
And not only that, there's active listening, but there's also active communication.
Gotcha.
Because what is the point of communicating with someone when I do not intend to comprehend what is being said or spoken? I mean, or heard. Like, you know, it's like it's irrelevant. It's a time waster. And as they say in a political world, it's filibustering. We're just wasting time. We're just spinning our wheels, and no one wants to live life like that. So Patrick and I have heard and also have helped marriages that went from just existing to thriving. Like, you want to have a thriving relationship. and we want to have a thriving relationship.
Right.
And so that involves us taking time to slow down, to really hear, and to really communicate, verbally communicate with each other, that we love each other, and that we have every intent of staying around until death do us part.
So, because I don't know where you're going. Well, it sounds like you're about to end your thought. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you can go. Like I would love.
So I know you mentioned word, and I thought about the sermon that I just talked about, the action too. You know what I'm saying? Like, because people say they want to be in a marriage, or they say they love the spouse, but the way they act. So, if I could say, to truly let your spouse know that these past 25 years that you really care, if there's anything that can be changed, and that's another thing, change is inevitable in 25 years. Nobody stays the same. She's not the same person you married 25 years ago. You're not the same person you were 25 years ago. So change happens, which goes back to communication, because you can communicate the change, and you can better deal with the change that is happening. So your actions have to match what you're saying,
and to adjust with the change and to communicate. I think one of the points I wanted to bring up too is when it comes to change, in some cases you may be given the privilege and the opportunity to articulate, I'm changing. And in some instances, you may not even notice that you're changing, but the other person, meaning that your spouse, in this case your husband or your wife, should be able to express, I've noticed a change. That it should be in a safe and a loving environment, whether the change that is noticed, one that is positive or one that is negative. But however you communicate, it is with the intent of cultivating and maintaining that marital relationship and bond, because it's not going to always be the bed of roses. It's like you get no rose without the thorns. But as you continue to live, and you have learned through experience, you respect that thorn,
right?
And where it used to be a headache or a pain to us, now we see that that thorn really is a form of protection to keep you from the predators and the things that will come to disrupt and disturb your marriage. But then by the same token, you respect and you value the rose that comes out of that thorny place. And so, and so people walk by, or even we stop and we observe the marriage, and it gives us joy. We have more roses than thorns.
Right.
We have more good moments than sad moments.
We're more blessed than bruised.
Yeah, and like one of the things that I always share, like with couples that are not married, they kind of, entertaining each other, boyfriend, girlfriend, y'all call it. Or they are engaged, or whatever.
You said it like we didn't call it.
But
kids nowadays, boyfriend and girlfriend.
That's so funny.
Okay.
But you want to make sure that you, as you do an inventory, to make sure that this person is someone that you will want to spend your forever.
Boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay, gotcha.
And not only that, but even with your spouse.
No, because it sound like.
Okay, let's stick that. Well, okay, I was speaking of boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance. Okay, there we go.
I have 25 years.
So, but you want to always do the personal inventory of the person that you are sharing life with. And does that person make you smile, give you more smiles than frowns? And do you see yourself becoming a better person, like you becoming the best version of yourself? And so that truth can be communicated in your marriage as well, meaning, am I offering him more opportunities to smile than to frown? Am I assisting him to become the best version of himself?
Right.
And so by the same token, I should be able to see he is doing the same thing for me. That comes with what? Communicating and adjusting and making allowances for those changes.
And that means being honest as well. So if I had to say anything, if I'm giving some advice, so for both people, mainly to the fellas, what over 25 years, there are things you stop doing. If she has not communicated verbally or physically, meaning her
Not
reaction,
responding.
right?
Mm-hmm.
If she hasn't communicated that she doesn't like that anymore, but you've stopped doing it, then you have to start back doing it again. You feel what I'm saying? Like that thing. Now, if she's communicated that there's a change that's happening and she can't do, stuff, makeup, not she can't do stuff on her face, cleansing. She can't do a particular perfumey cleanser on her face. She has to use Dove soap. Then okay, that's a change, and you make the necessary change, and you just buy Dove soap. You feel what I'm saying? So I
produce the resources.
Right. True. So, but if she hasn't communicated that she doesn't like that anymore, and you've stopped doing it, start back doing it. If you're doing something, she's saying, I don't like that anymore, stop doing it. Here's what happens. It shows that you're listening to her. And for her, it's like, oh my God, he listens. You didn't buy the perfume soap. You bought me Dove. Oh my God, baby. It's like it happens. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be in tune with this is very good. You have to be in tune with what's being said and what's not being said, which is called meta communication. Like what is that? What's going on? And the more you guys do that, we've talked to couples before, and 25 years, at the 25-year mark, they're done.
It could go either way. Yeah.
They're done with each other. I'm almost willing to bet your check that
that was so funny. Okay.
I'm almost willing to bet your check that if you find a marriage that has dissolved after 25 years, you can trace back where they have stopped communicating with one another.
But you said you could have stopped at stop. You can track back to where they stopped. They stopped talking. They stopped trying.
Okay,
they stopped.
Mm-hmm.
They just stopped. They quit.
Right.
So even though the relationship hadn't officially dissolved, they stopped back then.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Back then, they stopped communicating. Even for that, I just believe if I had to say there was one key, communication would be that one key. Yeah. That's the one key.
And if you think about it, to be honest, that is the key to all relationships.
Yeah, that's true.
Now,
that's good.
I say that to say, I'm trying to see if I want to say that right. So I say that to say, like, we talk all things faith, family, finances, fitness, and fun.
Mm-hmm.
You would not have a thriving, healthy relationship with the Lord if you cease to communicate and allow Him to communicate to you. He has given us His word. Why? To keep our heart alive,
mm-hmm.
to keep it passionate, to keep it growing.
Yeah.
And so this is what we do. If we do not give Him our cares, if we don't give Him our fears, if we don't give Him our faith, if we don't give Him our love, if we don't communicate all of that
mm-hmm.
with Him, then how can He serve us in that area?
It's fun. It's good you said that, because I was actually about to say, this is a Christian, godly Christian channel.
Mm-hmm.
I can guarantee, well, I don't know what this is. I can guarantee someone has failed out of fellowship with the Lord as well, mm-hmm. which means you've fallen out of communication. Because the one thing they give in all marriage counseling is that a threefold cord is not easily broken. And they always point to Christ being the center of that threefold cord. So,
and just like, I'm not about to preach, but I am about to preach. And just like that blessed Trinity, it is a powerful threefold cord. It transfers in the marital bond. It's something about a husband, wife, and the Lord being present in their relationship mm-hmm. that, it is functioning on all cylinders. It's just something about it.
So in conclusion, the two things that we would say that we want you to probably gain from this is continue to communicate, and change is inevitable. Yes? Yes? Well, you're not saying nothing.
If I had to say there was one key, communication would be that one key.
Listen, as you continue to grow in a relationship, as an individual, you are going to change. Like like Patrick just mentioned about, I'm not the person that I was who he met. Now, of course, I'm SHEMIKA. Like, I didn't metamorph out of my body, but the 17-year-old young lady that he met,
We didn't start dating until she was 18.
Fair enough.
that he met then, I have matured. Now, with that being said, now I'm getting ready to, this is just what it is. Sometimes as women, we have different changes that happen, and we need to be affirmed more, because who we were at 18, I'm not her anymore. Now, in my mind, I still feel that same newness of life, but my movement and my physics is not it's not who I saw. And so sometimes you have to be reaffirmed and reassured of that thing. And the same thing is, I would say, even with men, like, their strength is not the same. They're not the same strong, robust person, and they are aware that their strength is kind of leaving. And we have to reassure them that their strength is enough, and that you help to come alongside to assist.
So let us open up the peanut butter jar sometime. You don't have to open it by yourself. Let us feel like we're doing something. So anyway, let us know what you guys think. What, especially for those of you who have been married 25 years or more, what have you learned? What have you learned in the past 5 years? What have you learned in the past 10 and 15? How long you've been married? Now, what's some advice you can leave in the comment section to help us and help others who may read the comment section? And so we thank you and we love you, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.